extra shirt here just in case you guys decide to throw some eggs because you don't like the performance. I'm just kidding. But I actually like the feedback. So if you don't like it, I brought some eggs. Right there's my friend. So feel free to throw it at me anyway. I hate this shirt. It's too pink. So I'm Henrique, unemployed at the moment. Born and raised in Vermont. I'm joking. I'm actually not unemployed. I'm a college professor in Johnson State College. Yes, thank you. And I also was not born and raised in Vermont. This is not the accent from Johnson. Although I think I speak more clearly than those folks at Johnson. Come to the US from Latin America, not running, not swimming, not jumping walls or going under tunnels, nothing like that. I actually arrived here by plane. And, I have a visa for 3 months to stay, everything was legit, everything was legal. Oh well, the fact that I ended up staying and never left, that's another story, right? At that time, everything was legal. Anyhow, so people ask me, usually they ask me, say, listen, Henrique, you're in another country, you know, when you moved, what was the most difficult thing that you faced there? And I say, well, learning the language was pretty difficult, but actually not as bad as I thought, because English is actually not a bad language to learn, to communicate. Anyway, I disagree in other areas, but to communicate is very easy. Look, verbs don't decline, for example. Right? So what happens is I say, I do, you do, we do, so it's easy. It's just like, you take the verb and just put any pronoun in front of it, and just like, that's it, you know? It works for anything. You know, I may, they may. Even for verbs, that's kind of like, you don't say that often, like scream loud. You know, you say you scream, we scream, they scream, I scream. Actually, when I say ice cream, people say which flavor, sir? And I say, no, dude, I'm saying I scream, not ice cream. They say, yeah, precisely. That's what I'm saying. What flavor do you want? So I just found out I had an accent right there, so it's what else? So again, this is actually not too difficult, you know, communicate was not too difficult. The difficult part was actually the more complex structures or like metaphors, for example. Metaphors are very difficult. I mean, we think of metaphors is like, you know, it's the same in every country, in every language, but it's not. You know, it's like sign language, you know, each language has its own, you know, so metaphors are like the same. I didn't know that when I arrived here, so I actually got myself in some trouble before, you know. I remember that story. First time arriving here, a couple months, and I met this girl, first American girl I ever met in my life. Kind of interesting, very happy, and I was like, wow, you know. She invited me to go out, which I found, wow, that's never happened before. So I was a little excited, but also nervous. I was kind of nervous, I didn't know what to do. So I kind of like it was a little self-conscious, I would say. But anyhow, things go well, have a nice dinner, you know, it's time. She invited me to go home, so then I go home. Oh, nice. Well, just cutting short, I don't know how much time I have, so let's say, okay, now we're in bed right now. And I kind of like say, you know, I'm going to ask her. I'm going to ask because I don't want to make any mistakes here. I want to make sure everything goes well. So I kind of go and say, baby, could you fill me in here? And then she stopped me right away and say, no, you're going to fill me in. I say, no, I will. That's not the fill me in I'm talking about here. I want you to fill me in on how do you like it, you know? What can I do here so you're going to have a good time? And then she said, oh, baby, you're so not selfish, you're great, you know, guys like you are very hard to find. I was getting very happy. And then she said, you know what? I like spicy sex, you know what I mean? Just very spicy, and I love that. And I just hold my hands like this, and I say, thank you, mother, thank you, mother. And she looks at me and said, are you praying? I wasn't praying, I was actually saying thank you to my mother, not God's mother. Because my mother told me something very useful. She said to me, Henrique, when you go to a date, you know, make sure that you cause a good impression and don't have bad breath. So she said, always carry some clothes with you. And I do. I put some clothes in my pockets and stuff, so in case I just wear little clothes. It's kind of hard in the beginning, but then in the end, give it a good breath. So when Michelle said, I like spicy sex, I just didn't even doubt. I just took all the clothes that I had and started throwing them. You know, started throwing all the clothes, you know? And I started throwing clothes and that, and I thought she was liking, but next thing I see, she threw me out of the house. And then I was like, oh my God, what happened? Now I know. You know, when she said spicy, she didn't say cloves spicy. She was a fucking expensive bitch. She probably said saffron, you know, $10,000 a pound of saffron. Which I intend to eat with the eggs that you guys didn't throw at me today. Thank you very much, it was very nice.
Keep it going for Henrique! All right. On deck, we have got Nicole